Alrighty. Let's see. Alrighty. I believe we are live. Hello, hello. Trying out a little something. Slowly evolving the layout of things. But yes, the title of this is accurate. I will be opening up the new starter decks, or the recent global releases of the starter decks. Forgive me, I am just... Today I'm kind of running solo, which at least means that it'll be easier for me to be on camera than trying to share the space. But yeah, I've actually been very interested in one of these decks in particular, and if you know what that is, then you've been following what I've been saying about most of these cards. I'm gonna just tag someone in here. And there we go. Okie dokie. So that should do it. So I'll hang out for a little bit here. So I switched it up a little bit with this layout. My stream starting soon here now actually has the webcam, so I can see the chat, talk with you guys as we go. And I think that's how I will run with this for the time being. Yeah, again, if you hear me clicking around, I do apologize. I am just reorganizing stuff a little bit. Just trying to get stuff done. I gotta optimize myself better for this. Let's see. There we are, there we are. So let's do this. Not too crazy, not too crazy. So yeah, this little stream, nothing too special. It's not going to be, as you'll see when I bring up the card feed. There's not going to be a section with target cards because we are not going for any cards in particular this time around. All this mostly is just to crack open these boxes, and for the benefit of those who are curious of what's going to be in the decks but don't feel like going to the card sites or anything, or you kind of want to just see for yourself from someone who's played a little bit and can figure out some of the strategies and stuff. That's mostly what this is going to be about. Now, I know there are some packs in these decks, and I will probably pull those. I'm still undecided on whether or not I'm going to pull them first before I go through the decks, or if I am going to be saving them for last. Not 100% sure, but once we get a little time going, I'll wait a little bit, just like last time, just to give anybody who's interested a chance to come in. I put out my little notification for I know a couple people who might be interested, so we shall see. We shall see. And as always, if you are watching this later on, I certainly hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you very, very much for opting to come in and give me my fair shot with you guys as a stream to check out. It's always a pleasure, and hopefully I give you enough entertainment to come back to. So, give it a little time. Hopefully this time I've got things better squared up. I've got most of everything that I need to mute muted, including my phone. So nothing should go crazy. Now, I might end up having to check a little bit here and there, make sure my camera stays good. But I think we will be good. I think we're gonna be good. So, it has been a long week. It's been a very, very long week. But hey, we're at the weekend, and going to be Father's Day tomorrow, which should be interesting for some people. Hopefully, everybody has a good one. Probably not going to be doing too much myself, because my dad's the kind of person who, so long as he wakes up and he's left alone and doesn't have to do anything, he's happy for the day. I took care of something for him today, just a little minor thing to put together. There we go. Probably in a little bit I will switch the view so that we can see the cards. So yes. So far I'm very, very happy with how this layout is going. Not sure if you guys could actually tell, but my stuff is pretty... For some reason, every time my YouTube decides to notify me that I'm live, even though, I'm still... I'm sitting right here with the camera on my face, managing all this stuff, and yet for some reason, it's just like, hey, by the way, you're live. So, we thought you might want to know. Don't ask me where that voice came from, because I have no clue, but... First couple of streams with this. I've been getting better with it. I'm very happy with it. Still not that great at it, but, I'm very, very happy with how I'm doing. And, excuse me. Managing to learn how to do everything. That's always the fun part for me with stuff like this, is learning how to do things much, much better. Slowly adapting and growing. I think I mentioned this in a stream before, but the first one I did, I accidentally deleted a few of my actual assets that I got to start with, and I could not find them again. So... yeah, I could not find them, and so I had to go in and get a whole new one. And I'm moving my mouse around like you guys can see that, but... yeah. So it's pretty interesting. Funny story, I actually brought up that I needed a new microphone in front of my mother during one of our conversations, and I ordered a new binder for some cards, and while going through the Amazon thing, because we kind of we share an account to make things a lot easier, but I went through the cart and found she had bought me a new microphone. Let me see. I think I can... Yeah, right there. That is a Snowball mic. I have had this microphone since I started doing Let's Plays years and years and years ago. And I don't think it's bad quality, but it's something I can do better. So she tried to surprise me for Christmas by ordering me a new microphone with, the pop dampener, which this thing does not have, unfortunately, and a sock to try and mitigate any kind of like wind flow or something. But it didn't come in time, and she's been trying to get that resolved. So hopefully on Monday, funny enough, the same day I'm going to get my new binder, which I don't think you guys would be too interested in seeing my binder. I'm very happy with how complete it's getting, but one of the things about it is I kind of want to break it up into two different things. I want to do a starter deck set and regular pack set, which I probably will do once I get the new one. So I'll be swapping some pages around. Now, I got to take care of something real quick. You guys are probably going to have some dead air for a while, so I apologize, but I will be right back. Alrighty, and I am back. I am back. Let's see. I guess enough time has gone by. So. There we go. And. Boom! Yes, yes, yes. So, as I mentioned, as you can see right now, there is no target card area because no cards in particular that we're aiming for today. This is just for the sake of taking a look at these decks, which, out of all three of them, I have been most excited for this one. Because, as you know, I right now run a red-black deck, and so more support for the black cards I'm excited to see, especially with my boy Blitz Greymon on the front there. Because the normal Blitz Greymon is a red card that will go from a red or black. So that's pretty cool. Very happy about that. So if this will boost that in any way, that's going to be pretty cool. And so I think what I am going to do, is keep it simple, and I will just go in order. Because as you can see at the top here, ST4, ST5, ST6. Now, one thing that I actually find kind of interesting is I believe the next starter decks that are going to come out, which I believe are Gallantmon and Allforce Vidramon. Sorry, readjusting the stuff a little bit. But yes, Gallantmon and Allforce Vidramon, I do believe, are coming up next. And Gallantmon, of course, is going to be red. Allforce Vidramon is going to be blue. So that's actually kind of interesting to think that we might be looking at more Royal Knights stuff. And I know a few people, myself included, really want a Gallantmon, but no real avail from the pack so far. But hey, all I got to do is order another pack, and we should be good to try. And let's see. So yeah, I think the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to open up all the boxes. I'm going to take out the booster packs that are in there because, as I recall, each of these little starter decks actually come with one included booster pack to try and help you improve the deck just a little bit. I'm not sure what booster pack's going to be in there. I think it'll be Great Legend. If not, then hey, maybe I'll have another chance at the Gallantmon. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. But first, I know, I shouldn't be readjusting in the middle of things, but I'm trying to give myself a little more room to work with. Considering I might need a little extra elbow room with these booster packs. So, I think we are going to be good. So, yes, I'm going to go ahead and start opening these. But I'm not going to take a look at the decks just yet. I'm going to pull the booster packs and open those up first, and then we'll go over the cards. That way there's a little more time dedicated to actually looking at the decks. So, let's see. So, first deck, and yes, indeedy, we are looking at more Great Legends. Okay. My apologies. Just need to grab my little disposal thing so I can toss the boxes and stuff. Get that out of the way. Let's see. Anything? No? So, next up is ST5, the Machine Black. Or I think in Japan it's called Mugen Black. Which kind of plays into like Mugen Dramon, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Mugen Black. Go ahead and put that there. Another great legend. I apologize for the creaking chair. This is an old chair I've had for a few years now. And finally, Venomous Violet, or Purple. Though I guess if we're referring to them as Violet, that'd be alright. And now, one thing I'm actually kind of interested in is, I think I've got them with somewhere. Is this? Yes! So, I mentioned before that I've actually got some of these starter decks, but like this one is from the Cositus Blue, but at the top there, a little hard to see, but it has the Crest of Friendship on there, which kind of interesting. I'm curious if we're going to have the Crest of Knowledge. That was probably bad for your ears. I apologize. I just banged my head on the mic. That hurt. But yeah, I'm curious if we are going to have the Crest of Knowledge, Crest of Courage, and a purple Crest of Friendship, which might be interesting to see. So, alrighty. So I'll go ahead and take a look at what's in these. Little extra booster pack opening. Not going for anything in particular, but if I pull something, that'll be great. So let's see. Alright. So, pack number 1, Geogreymon, Meteormon, Gabumon, Flamemon. We got Skull Scorpiomon, Gaugamon, Maycrackmon, Kendo Garurumon, Koromon, Anubismon, very nice. Cool, another Commandramon, very nice. And Shine Greymon. Alright, so not bad. But I'm very happy to get another Commandramon. Because I think I mentioned this when I pulled from the Great Legend pack, but I want to do a D Brigade deck. And since I can have multiple copies of the same Digimon in there, just so long as they have different names, we are probably going to have... I think right now the maximum you can have, because I know there's Commandramon in the black deck, but I think the maximum right now you can have is 12, which is kind of funny that you can overload the deck with that. But anyway, pack number 2, we got Grapleomon, Gabumon, Final Zubagon Punch, Hippogriffomon, Gusokumon, Geogreymon, Growlmon, nice transition, Babungamon, Spinomon, Roachmon, ooh, a Roachimon, and another Aldamon. Now, for those of you who don't remember or weren't there or didn't see, I pulled this guy from the last pack of Great Legend the last time around. So, I've got 2 Alderman now. I could pop them in my red deck. That's pretty cool. I might actually do that. We'll see. We'll see. But now that I have that option, that's good. And last one. Not anticipating anything. Then again, I wasn't anticipating Alderman just now. So, let's see. Alrighty. So, we have Neo Devimon, Tobiomon, Tankdramon. I definitely need another one of those for the D Brigade. Falcomon, Skull Scorpiomon, Aqua Viper, Gabumon, Burning Greymon. Cool. Kendogarurumon. Good sign. Hey, Misaimon. Cool. I needed another one of these. War Growlmon. And... Yellow War Greymon. Wow. Okay, this is the first time I pulled him, so let's see what he does. When attacking, once per turn, you may add the top card of your security stack to your hand to unsuspend this Digimon and have one of your opponent's Digimon get minus 6,000 DP for the turn. Wow! Wow, wow, wow. That's pretty cool. So I pulled Alderman, and now I've pulled War Greymon. Funny enough, I was aiming for a War Greymon in the 1.0 pack. I have the War Greymon that's black, as in like the black here, not Black War Greymon. Fun that I have to establish that. But that is cool. That is nice. Alrighty. Now, so, yeah, your starter deck, pretty standard. First card there is Motimon. And I know that doing this kind of thing is kind of stupid in a way because it's a starter deck. There's no risk or reward for anything. You're not really going to get a dud card. You know what's going to be in there. But I wanted to do this just to take a look at the cards and see what we are looking at here. But just to take a look at our player cards, you know, the player 1, player 2s, there is a Crest of Knowledge. So that's cool. So now, if I'm going by Crest Collection, I have Courage, Friendship, Hope with the yellow deck, and now Knowledge. I do wish that the other ones were available. That'd be pretty nice. But, yeah. So, as you'll see, these cards come in, preset order. So, like Motimon, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let's take a look at Motimon here first and see what he is capable of. Well, this Digimon is level 6 or higher. It gets plus 1,000 DP. So, this is kind of pretty standard for most of these cards that have come out pretty recently. That they're more in line with getting to the higher levels, which isn't a bad thing. You want your stronger Digimon out. But I kind of don't like effects that do that myself because it relies too heavily on being able to Digivolve them right away or get to that point safely. And you don't have a lot of guarantees for that. Next up we got Floramon. I apologize for the sniffles. The weather outside's all kind of crazy, so my sinuses are fucked. But yes, Floramon here. One of the funniest Digimon from the series for me because it goes from a flower to a bird. But then again, as I said in the last stream, I have a whole Salamon rant that I go on whenever anybody says, Digimon, Digivolutions usually make sense, but we won't go down that route. But I do like she's having T, and if you look in the back, you can actually see Blossomon there, which I think is her ultimate. It might be. There's no effect, standard 1 Digivolution cost, 4,000 DP, and you get 4 of those. Here we go, Tentomon. Now this one I really do enjoy artwork like this, because you've got little Pabumon there, Motimon, and Tentomon himself, all kind of enjoying a picnic. Yeah, picnic here. Let's see. On play, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a green Digimon card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, place it at the bottom of your deck. So this actually kind of coincides with the Izzy from, I think, the 1.0 release. I don't remember particularly which set, BT 1, 2, or 3. But I do know that an Izzy in that set has the kind of equal effect to this, only if you have a level 5 or higher Digimon. You can tap him and take a look at the deck. But one thing I'm kind of iffy on here is this on-play thing, because I believe, and I've gone over the rules quite a few times to try and discern the differentiation, but I believe when it's on play, that means you have to do the play cost rather than the Digivolution cost, because there's apparently a difference. Now, if I'm mistaken, then please, please, please feel free to correct me, because some of the terminology I want to make sure I'm correct on. Because me and my buddy Dennis, we've done a few rounds, and I've corrected him a few times, but if I've been wrong, I may have been accidentally cheating him out of some victories, and if that's the case, I do apologize, buddy. But yeah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty standard for rookies. Here we go, Palma. Uh-oh. Oh. My system kind of froze for a second there, but Palmon, yes. Let's see, pretty, once again, standard thing. 0 Digivolution cost, not high DP. Evolution is when attacking. If you attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP for the turn. So Palmon here is meant to be more offensive, which is pretty cool. And also taking a look at this, I do love that Tanamon's there, and I think this art might be a Digimon World 1 reference, because that looks like the Plaza Square from that game. I might be wrong, but I do apologize. I'm unfortunately not going to be able to look that up or have anyone look that up for me. So should be fine. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Still more rookies. Cool. So that means this is 12 rookies so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 16 rookies in this deck. But this is Kunamon. Taking a look, he is a pretty good Digivolution rookie. If I were to equate him to something, probably be Vorvomon, a red Digimon. So this guy would be pretty good to have in a green deck or any kind of green support, because for a 0 Digivolution cost for a 5,000 DP Digimon, that is not bad at all, especially if you got the right in training to give him the benefits. So that's pretty good. So 4. Now we're getting into the champions. We have got Togemon. Digivolution cost of 2, DP of 4,000, play cost of 4, and no ability, but she does have a Digivolution ability, an inheritance, which is when attacking. If you want to attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gains 2,000 DP for the turn. So playing it on top of Palmon, which is probably what they're aiming for you to do, gain the benefits of that. And to go over the artwork of this card, it is very, very nice. I actually prefer this one to the original one that we got in the first set. A little more dynamic, it looks a little better, and I love the fact that she's just punching out a Dokugumon. It just adds a little extra flair rather than a charging cactus. Let's see. Next up, Kawagamon. Let's see, 6,000 DP, no abilities. So basically kind of playing off Kunamon here to just get a stronger Digimon out for pretty decent low cost. Artwork's not too bad. Looks like he's going after a Tentomon. I think that's just more ground there. But not bad, not bad. I always liked Kawagamon. Not more than Kabuterimon, of course, but speaking of, now I saw the artwork for this one, and I think, again, this is a Digimon World 1 reference, with him having the very squatted stance and the little barbells, because in Digimon World 1, I know there was some training, and I believe barbells was one of them. So, but you can also see a little Tentomon in the back there. This is actually kind of cool that this Kabuterimon is actually a blocker, and as is usually key for most Digimon with blocker, they have some kind of negative effect to them. Mostly the champions seem to have this, as like Andromon is a blocker with no drawback, so... but yeah, his is when attacking, you lose 2 memory, so you basically have him as a shield. Now we're getting into ultimates. This is Okuamon, falling in line with Kunamon. With Kunamon and Kawagamon. Yes, sorry, brain locked for a second. 2 Digivolution cost, 7,000 DP, so it's kind of gradually increasing from 5,000 to 6,000, now to 7,000. No effects or anything, so pretty much just a beat stick. Not too shabby. Now we have Lilymon. Let's see, a cost of 3. Pretty hefty. 7,000 DP. Her ability, when Digivolving, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 level 6 or higher Digimon card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, if I recall correctly, I might actually have it. Yeah, might have her here. Let me see. That is those. There we are. I have not put up most of these old rares that I pulled, but let's see. I think I pulled... I thought I did. I guess I didn't. The regular Lilymon from the first set, I believe, had an on-play ability that was basically the same thing as this one, which is why I know there's a distinction between on-play and when digivolving. Give me one moment, please. Oh, there we go, there we go. It solved itself. It solved itself. Let me see here. We've got that going. Anything? No. Okay, sorry. Had to check that. There we go. Again, I apologize for any kind of pauses or dragging ons like that. Running this solo, I've got no mods or anything, but I don't think it'll be too long. But yeah, this Lilymon here, her ability is when digivolving rather than on play. So paying the lower cost, you get the same effect as that Lilymon. So I think this one would probably be better, or maybe if you stack them both, if you just want an army of Lilymon. So let's see. Here we are. Mega Kabuterimon. And I say it that way because I kind of prefer the way he kind of pronounces his name in the Japanese language, which would be Otara Kabuterimon or Otara Kabuterimon, depending on, how it hits your ear. But yeah, let's see. Cost of 3 to Digivolve, 7 to play, 7,000 DP. Your turn. Once per turn, when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So, this is the first time I've actually seen this ability, and it's kind of like a better version of Piercing, if I recall. Because with Piercing, what that does is if you destroy a Digimon one of your opponent's Digimon in battle, it will continue on through the attack and hit their security stack, which is their hit points. But the catch with that is you have to do the security check. So, like, if you had a Digimon with 1000 DP with piercing, just for the sake of argument, I don't think there's one like that, but you get one of those, it manages to win a fight, and it goes and goes onto the shield. If it comes up against a Digimon with 2000 DP, it loses automatically. But with this ability, it's like a free hit. And the other thing is, this says trash it. Because with security checks, you have to reveal that card, and that can trigger some certain effects. Like, I actually have a card right here that would emphasize this point, the Tai Kamiya. If it would focus, but it's a little hard to see. Let me see. Come on. There we go. There we go. Enable. There we go. And now, get rid of that. Sorry. But yeah, you can see there at the bottom, security. Play this card without paying its memory cost. That is when it's hit out of the security stack through an attack. But with his ability, his inherited ability, this would just go straight to the trash pile, rather than actually being activated, which, big distinction, and might be an interesting play for this. So, who knows? Maybe Mega Kabuterimon here is going to be a pretty good pick for some decks. Next up, we have Rosemon, which, with Lilymon, level 6, that's usually what they're aiming for here, is that you're pulling the next evolution in the line. But let's see, Rosemon here, when one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or when digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block at the end of their next turn. Now, if I recall this correctly again, this one I actually might have since it's so common. Maybe not. Let's see. Do I not have the stack with me? Well, that's actually her attack. Their Forbidden Temptation just now as her effect, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. So you get 2 of them. And now we get the star of the pack, Hercules Kabuterimon. And with his set of abilities, pretty interesting. Piercing, which, as I mentioned before, is when he deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, the damage goes through and he can perform an attack on the security stack. So combine that with Mega Kabuterimon's ability, you more than likely are going to knock out 2 shields, one for free with no risk, and the other one, flip of a coin what it'll be. But he's also got Digiburst 2, which is trashing 2 of the Digimon Digivolutions under this card to activate the ability. And that ability is suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So if they got a pesky little blocker that you don't want to deal with, or something that you want to get a free attack on, this is basically it. So you probably do the Motimon line from Tentomon to Kabuterimon to Mega Kabuterimon to this guy. Use the Digiburst to knock off the Tentomon and the Kabuterimon, since they don't have any abilities that would benefit you. So you keep the Motimon ability to give him an extra 1,000, and Mega Kabuterimon's ability in order to delete a security card off the top of your opponent's security stack right away. So that's a pretty good combination to go with, and it's not bad. Now, we're getting into the Tamers here. Another Izzy. I think this is the 3rd Izzy? I think this is the 3rd Izzy, but might not be. One other thing that I wanted to take a look at with this, because if you look, like, This Izzy, the promo one, background's a little different, but this one is very reminiscent of like Try's background when the Digimon would Digivolve, which pretty weird, but hey, if it's a reference to that, that's pretty cool. But let's see what he does. Your turn. When one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. So, again, playing in conjunction with, like, Hercules Kabuterimon, or if you stack the deck with a couple more cards, because I'm willing to bet some of these option cards here are going to be suspending Digimon, to have him to gain some memory, to have some fun. And you get 4 of those. Now we're good. Needle Spray. Yep, there it is. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So if you manage to have all 4 of those Izzies out there, for a cost of 2, if you suspend 1 Digimon, you can suspend all of those Izzies and get 4 memory back. So it's basically free, and you get more memory. And the security ability is not too bad either. It is activate this card's main effect, then add this card to your hand. Pretty good, pretty good. So we get, wow, not a lot, but hey, purpose of the starter deck is to just give you something to work off of. And so we get Electroshocker. And with Electroshocker, the main ability is return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand and trash all of the Digivolution cards of that Digimon. So, a pretty good way to go about things. And of course, plays into like Hercules Kabuterimon's thing, I think, where you can Digiburst to suspend a Digimon, and if it's a big one that you don't want to deal with, play this out. You can use the Izzies to line up your memory. Play this out, and you can wipe out that Digimon real quick. So yes, that is the new green deck. It's not bad. Probably not one I would go with, but there are a few good cards in here that I would definitely probably put in a green deck if I was building one. And I'm always open to build any kind of deck. So now we're going to get into the one I've been waiting for. So remove the little card cover. And like we did last time, we are going to take a look at... I was right. This is the Crest of Courage. So it's the Crest of Courage on a black player card, which, I'm going to be honest, I kind of wish it was Joe's Crest of Reliability, because the color scheme on that one would work a lot better than with Courage. But that's just me. Like, I kind of wish Izzy's Crest of Knowledge was on the Venomous Purple, because now that I've seen this, I'm pretty sure I'd bet $20 right now that this is going to be the Crest of Friendship, but purple, which, is what it is. But, yeah. So, let's take a look at what we've got to work with here. Again, I'm very excited for this one, because I've been looking forward to this. New Kabuterimon. Let's see, your turn. While this Digimon has blocker, it gets plus 1,000 DP. This is something I'm definitely going to put in my deck, because the Kabuterimon that I run in it right now, this one, a little hard to see, but while this Digimon has reboot, it gets plus 1,000 DP. And while there are a few Digimon that can benefit from that, specifically it wants you to use Toy Agumon to force the reboot ability onto there, which it's not a bad strategy. Again, I'm just not very fond of Toy Agumon, so I wish there was some better stuff. But it makes you go through that line more to gain the benefits. But this one is a little more open, which I like. That's not what I need. Sorry, trying to fix the camera. There we go. Okay, I think we are good. So, yeah. So, yeah, when this Digimon has blocker, it gets plus 1000 DP. So, I've got quite a few cards that would benefit greatly from this. And, of course, because it's a starter deck, you get 4. Alright, this little dude I was very excited for, too. Jazzamon. You guys might have seen me talk about Vorvomon and how he is a starter Digimon from another series. This is the other one, and unfortunately his full line isn't in this like Vorvomon's is. But I do really like this little dude, a mechanical falcon, or I guess his classification here is bird dragon, which, that's interesting. But cost of 1 to evolve, 4000 DP. Yeah, it ain't bad. And his play cost being so low means you can just play him outright rather than digivolve him. So now 4 of those. We've got Agumon, who, as I was saying, he's got blocker in him. So he is definitely meant to play off of the Kaporimon here, especially with that low DP. That is not that good for a blocker. I think I've got something in here in my main deck. Oh yeah, by the way, just for those who don't know, that is Vorvomon who I was talking about. So you can kind of see the quote-unquote rivalry between the two. Not that one. Let's see. There we are. So even though that Agumon doesn't have a negative effect to him, what we also have is this Gatsumon, who is a blocker. As you can see, pretty much everything is the same except for Gatsumon's negative ability of losing 2 memory, but he's got 3000 DP, meaning he benefits more from Kaporimon. So, I get what they're going for with this deck, but Agumon would probably be one that I take out, because if I can get the benefits the same way with, like, the Gatsumon, I'd rather go for that. But let's see what else we've got in here. Ah, here we are. Hey, look, it's a toy Agumon, and the very thing I was talking about that I hate. Funny enough. Here we are. Toy Agumon, Toy Agumon. Now, this one, I believe, is actually Shadow Toy Agumon, or Black Toy Agumon. Not sure of the distinction between the two. But besides the coloring, this dude here is a vaccine type. This is a virus type, because this one's been corrupted. So, but yeah, you see that palette swap thing I was talking about. I'm not too fond of. But let's see. He has an inherited ability, end of opponent's turn. If your opponent didn't attack with a Digimon this turn, trigger draw 1. So this is a good thing if you've got a bunch of blockers set up to benefit from that. Or if you've got him digivolved into a blocker. Ah, here we are. This is what I was also waiting for. More Commandramons. 5000 DP, 0 cost Digivolve, but play cost of 4. But I think the main reason these guys were put in here was to bolster the D Brigade in the Great Legends set. Since the current Commandramon that we're pulling from that pack actually lets you pull more Commandramon out and play them for free, if I recall. Because I just pulled it, so I can actually pull it up right here and now. Let's see. There we are. So, this little Commandramon. I apologize, guys. My camera keeps acting up on me. And I try to make it, there we go, Yeah. On deletion, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play one Commandramon among them without paying its memory cost. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. And again, because of the stipulation that even if they have the same name, so long as the card number's different, that means you can have 4 of this, 4 of this, and 4 of the other one. Meaning you can have 12 Commandramon at once. So using this guy to get these guys out is not a bad strategy. And that's more along the lines of a starter deck actually helping another set or another type of deck out, because I guess they're anticipating you taking some of these out right away. But that is not bad. Not bad for a perspective of, deck building elsewhere. But within this deck, he's not a bad beat stick, but he benefits more from other things. And now we have Greymon. And this is a Virus Greymon. For those of you who aren't aware, the original Metal Greymon was actually supposed to be blue because he was supposed to be like rotting flesh. So when they made the orange Metal Greymon, instead of just scrapping it outright, it's like a different version. And this is his champion form, which looks really, really nice. Camera acting up again. Disable. There we go. Sorry, I got to go into my camera and change some of the stuff in there. Try and get it right. So, yeah. End of turn. If your opponent didn't attack with a Digimon this turn, trigger draw 1. So, this is meant to build off of Toy Agumon back there. Jazzamon's champion form, Jazzardmon. This is a little more in line with the rivalry between Vorvomon and Jazzamon, since I believe La Vorvomon is actually equal in power to this. Basically the same stats, so not too bad. Not too bad. Not much to say since he doesn't have an ability. And, well, this is interesting. Dark Tyrannomon. Let's see. This dude's a blocker, so definitely playing off of the Kaporimon thing. But this is always something that's been kind of interesting, because I think, once more, I luckily have my deck on hand to try and take a look, because I think I put one in here. Yeah. Okay. So this is one of those interesting things. Wow, camera just went all out of focus, didn't you? So just to compare them, this is the red Tyrannomon, and sorry for the reflection from my camera on my card sleeve, but if you notice, this guy's got 2 claws per hand, whereas this one's got 3. This is one of those times where it's like the artists are a little indecisive on things. Like, I think one of the most infamous things in Digimon is whether or not Garurumon has a tail. Because in some art, he's depicted with a tail, some he's, depicted without it. I think in the Cyber Sleuth games is when they flip the coin, it's just like, he's got a tail. But, yeah. Once more, have to fix. And there we go. But standard blocker, lose 2 memory if he attacks. Here we are. Blue Metal Greymon. When digivolving, until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your Digimon gains blocker. So, again, if you're going along the line, you could probably slap blocker onto this guy to gain a benefit if you've digivolved from Kaporimon. Love the artwork and how ferocious he looks. And this is one I was worried about. Metal Tyrannomon. I am not fond of this artwork. And, it just kind of is what it is, I guess. But, I don't know. Like, he looks ferocious, and I do like that, but I don't think the artwork really fits too much on him. I don't know. I think like from Digimon 2020, he looked all right because looked more machine-like. This one, he looks more feral. Here we go. Megadramon. And oh, this is one of the first ones I've seen with Blocker as the inherited ability. So that's interesting. That actually wouldn't be too bad to put on something. Probably played in the black deck that I've got to add a little extra layer of things with reboot and stuff to add a blocker thing. Now I'm actually thinking of a strategy to use this guy with. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, yeah, 7,000 DP, Digivolution cost of 3, play cost of 7. Here we are. Machine Dramon, which I guess this deck is mostly named after because, like I said, Japan, it's known as Mugen Black, and this guy's Japanese name is Mugen Dramon. So, let's see. When Digivolving, up to 2 of your Digimon gain Reboot. Unsuspend this Digimon during your opponent's unsuspend phase until the end of your opponent's next turn. So, pretty good to combo with blockers because most blockers actually don't come with the ability Reboot. So, for this guy, especially with the on Digivolve thing, because that means you only pay 3 rather than the 10. So, it's much more beneficial. But that means you can have a line of blockers and this guy will benefit him. So that's good. Here's my boy. Here's my baby. Blitz Greymon. Let's see. Cost of 4 to play. 12. Well, 4 to Digivolve, 12 to play. 12,000 DP. His natural ability is Security Attack +1. And he's got a Digiburst of 2. So one of your Digimon gets plus 4,000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Pretty good, pretty good. Might actually be worth putting in my deck. And I love the artwork. It looks so dynamic. Like my actual Blitz Greymon that I pulled from the pack right here. Just to compare the two. They both look really nice together, but I don't know. I kind of like the from below looking up shot compared to this. But they're both pretty good. Then again, I'm a sucker for Blitz Greymon. But yeah. So that's that. And now we get to the Tamers. Different variation of Black Tie Kamiya. Opponent's turn. When you use Blocker to suspend one of your Digimon, you may suspend this Tamer to unsuspend one of your Digimon. Again, a very, very good thing to do. And security, you can play this card without paying its memory cost. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. Here we go. Option cards. And if it's like the other one, we're probably going to see 4 of this and 2 of another one. So, Laser Eye. Trigger D-Digivolve 1 on up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon. Wow. So this is a slightly better Spider Shooter. Not bad. If it's level 3, you can't trash anymore. So that's pretty cool. Yep, 4, and then Dark Side Attack. Main, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. So a good little wipeout. Wipeout card. Get 2 of those. That Laser Eye is definitely a good thing to add. But yeah, I see what it is that they're going for with this. Mostly focusing on blockers, benefiting the blockers, and stuff like that, especially with all the Kapurimon. So if you play a more defensive style, this would definitely be the way to go. For me, though, I've got plenty of options to put in my deck because I've got plenty of ideas to improve it. So that is pretty cool. And now we are at the last one, which is the Venomous Violet. And yes, sirree, Bob. As I predicted, purple or violet crest of friendship. No, it was a little hard to see. Again, I apologize, but can't do much with the camera if it won't focus, and you don't need to see it that much. But let's start taking a look. Let's see. There we go. Fix that up. Now this I do have to fix. So give me 1 minute, please. There we go. There we go. Alright, hopefully that's got it fixed. Now, we have Pagumon here, which I love that it's a Pagumon, especially from this artwork here, because with Crest Garurumon being on the front of the box, you would anticipate that it would be Tsunomon that is the in-training of choice here. But nope, Pagumon actually knocking off Tsunomon, and Zubumon knocking off Punimon. So, pretty cool. I like that it's a little story in of itself, and a meta story if you know the lining. But let's see. On deletion, trash the top 2 cards of your deck. So, again, playing into the purple line, most of this kind of revolves around trashing your cards, being able to call them back. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, as per standard. We've got Demi Devimon, which, not too bad, of a Digivolution cost or play cost, and DP ain't too bad. But nothing too special, pretty standard thing. Now we've got a purple Gabumon here, and that is a beautiful art for him. I love he's defending a little Punimon in this artwork. That's great. Let's see. When attacking, trigger draw 1, and then you trash 1 card in your hand. Now, quite a few of these Digimon cards actually have the draw 1 ability, but it's usually the purple ones that have that little caveat of, then discard 1. Kind of like a weird graceful charity. But not too bad. Wouldn't be one that you'd really aim to have outright on the field, but if you're looking to get some further, just to Digivolve him, it's not too bad. Dracmon. I think in some versions he's called Darkmon, but I guess Dracmon. I could be mistaken. But let's see. On play, you may return 1 purple option card with a memory cost of 1 or 7 from your trash to your hand. Okay, so this is very important. This is 1 or 7, not 1 to 7. So it's either a low-cost card or a high-cost card. And if I were a betting boy, I've got a feeling we're going to have the option cards back here being 1 and 7. So, 1, 2, 3. There's not too much to actually talk about in terms of detail with this little guy, but I can try just to take a look at some of the art because it's only right that I do. Let's see. Again, I apologize, trying to fix it. There we go. But yeah, he's a delinquent Digimon. Makes perfect sense with all the graffiti and everything. Not too much. I mean, you can see the eye that matches his mask. Let's see. Next up, a blue and gold, purple and gold, I guess. Elecmon. Not too bad. Standard, kind of like Vorvomon in them. 0 Digivolution cost, high DP. So more along the lines of what you probably use for the Pagumon if you weren't too concerned about not having abilities later on. Here we are. And this is one of the things that I kind of wish they would start distinguishing, because this Garurumon looks fantastic. But I believe he's technically Black Garurumon. Let's see. When attacking, trigger draw 1, then trash 1 card in your hand. So if you Digivolve him from the Gabumon, you draw 2 cards, and then dis 2 cards. So if your hand isn't looking too good, you're kind of screwed. And if you're top decking, you're really screwed. But, doubles from Gabumon. So, 2, 3, 4. Here we are. Yukomon. I'm actually surprised we're getting Yukomon before Cubimon. You'd think that Renamon's line would come out first, especially since I believe she's extremely popular. But another beat stick. Nothing too much to write home about. So, something you'd probably take out unless you wanted something with no effects. We have Devamon here, standard blocker capabilities. He blocks, but loses 2 memory if he attacks, so that's your trade-off. And not too much to talk about with him. Kyukimon. Now, I remember this Digimon from Digimon World 3, and I believe this was the ultimate for Kotemon, who would digivolve into Dino Human. But I believe this was the ultimate that went for that line. I think it's different now. It definitely suits the Yukomon a little more because it's like one of those sickle weasels. I don't recall what it is. But very, very fascinating. Little spirits in the back. I see a Bakamon there behind its claw. Hey Dennis, how you doing, buddy? Right now, just on the Venomous Violet thing. I've already gone through the green deck and the black one. So let's see. Here we are. Skull Satamon. Believe from the anime, this little dude is the one that brought out Imperial Dramon. Or brought out what had to be Imperial Dramon. So it's pretty cool. Not too much to talk about with him, though. Let's see. When digivolving, you may return 1 purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand. And again, I love that distinction, a Digimon card, so doesn't matter which one it is. Could be a rookie, could be a mega. Let's see. There we are. There we are. Where Garurumon, the black version. Looks pretty cool. Love that they put him in like a frosty area here. And if I look, I think he's fighting a blue Meramon, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's got 7,000 EP, standard Digivolution cost. While there are 5 or more cards in your trash, this Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP. Pretty good with the rest of the line, with trashing your hand pretty early. Here we are. New artwork for Venom Myotismon. When digivolving, up to 2 of your Digimon gain Retaliation. And when this Digimon is deleted after losing a battle, delete the Digimon it was battling. So it's one of those like suicide kind of deals where if you got a weakling like those Demi-Devamon from earlier, probably good to put the Retaliation on them. Just knock them out. Not much else. 11,000 DP, a Digivolution cost of 3. So pretty good. Pretty good. And now we get to the flagship of the deck. Garurumon. I find this very interesting because the Garurumon I've got in my deck is a black card. So the fact he is purple here is interesting because I thought the other Garurumon was purple. But no, he's black. Let's see. Security attack plus 1. Security. It busts an extra security shield. Main, Digiburst 2. Play 1 purple level 3 Digimon card from your trash without paying its memory cost. So, not too bad. Pretty good, pretty good. If you've got some setups to go into it, wouldn't be too bad of a thing. And now we've got purple Mat Ishida. When one of your Digimon is deleted, you may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. This one is, I'm going to say, not as good as the other 2 because this one is much more situational. Because this seems more... The other caveat with this is, with it being on your turn, you either have to suicide or, some other method to delete your own Digimon. So it's a little awkward, but it's good if you've got low Digimon going in for scaredy checks, I guess. But beyond that, not too much. Devimon's Death Claw. You may delete one of your Digimon to delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. So, if I recall, that means you can use this in conjunction with the Math Ishii does and delete at least a champion level. And that is a 1. So with Dracmon, I'm guessing, yep, I was on the money. Let's see. This one, I read about this one. I didn't pay too much attention to the details about the rest of the deck, but with Nailbone here, you may play one purple level 3 Digimon card and one purple level 4 Digimon card from your trash without paying their memory costs. Any on-play effects of the Digimon played with this effect don't activate. So, if you've got something that you probably want to summon out, but they've got no effects, it's pretty good. Otherwise, if you've got something that you want to play and gain the ability, you're probably going to be better off with, I believe, Anubismon, because I don't think he negates the effects. But, yeah. That is all 3 of the decks. So, I don't think they're bad. If I had to pick one that's kind of the weakest of the bunch, though, I'd probably give it to the purple one, because it feels a little more situational than anything, at least in terms of strategy. If I were going off of what I think is the most poorly built one, it's going to break my heart to say it, but I'm going to go with the black deck, because stuff like the extremely weak Agumon blocker, it's not that good of a thing to try and benefit from, like Porimon here. And things don't quite mesh so well. I think, if anything else, this deck is great if you've already got a pre-built black deck, because this has got a lot of support cards for stuff that would work beautifully. But as a standalone deck, I don't think it's the best one. The green one here, I think, would be pretty decent, because it just kind of meshes a little bit better than the other ones. It's not as situational, from what I can see. But yeah, if any of these decks have looked pretty interesting, I'd say, check them out. And just for the sake of things, just like I did last time, wasn't anticipating having to do it, but with the booster packs, I'll go ahead and show the rares I pulled again. So, alrighty, so just like last time, I got a new Shine Greymon again, Commandramon. I just need 2 more of these guys, and my D Brigade deck will have enough Commandramons. Pulled another Aldamon, so could probably do well in a red deck. A Orochimon. War Greymon, the yellow version, so this one's going into the binder ASAP. And the War Growlmon. So, all in all, not too shabby. So, yeah. I don't think there's too much to really say here. But I think these starter decks are actually pretty interesting compared to the first ones that we got. It's kind of cool that we now have a deck of every color, which I guess was the main reason they decided to release these. And I also love they kind of fill out the roster a little bit, like with Motimon here. I'm very happy we finally got a new in training. I wish we would have gotten 2 new ones with these 2, but a better Kapurimon, I'm all for. And I think it's pretty interesting to see how it's going to go. I'm looking forward to whatever comes out next. So I don't think there's too much more to say. Yeah, like I said, out of the 3 of them, I kind of feel the green one is the strongest. The black one is kind of the weakest one, I'd say. And the purple one, while built all right, feels more gimmicky than anything, so probably would be better off with other cards within it, whereas the black deck would probably need a near overhaul for most of its stuff, because looking into that, there's quite a few cards that you could more than half the deck you could probably take out and replace with other cards, whereas like with the purple one, you probably only take out a couple just to make things a little more even or benefit more from deletion effects. But the green one, I'd say, is the best one that's just good to go as is. So, beyond that, I don't think there's too much else to say. It's more cards to build more strategies and stuff, so, hey, I'm looking forward to more. So, I think that'll do it. So yeah, I guess I'll see about ordering another box pretty soon, but depending on when it gets here, I may or may not be able to do another stream because I will be going on family vacation in about 10 days. So whether or not I've got the time to actually do another stream kind of depends on how things fall. Because after the 30th, I will be out of here. I'll still be around a little bit, but I won't have my whole setup to stream, unfortunately. So I think that'll do it. If you've got any booster boxes that you want me to go through again, I'm thinking I might just go ahead and buy a 1.5, just to be able to pull that up on stream, because I haven't done that one on stream yet. I've done the 1.0 and I've done Great Legend, so I haven't done 1.5 yet. So I think that'll do it. Thank you for those who popped in. Dennis, buddy, I'm sorry you came in at the very tail end, but, timing is what it is, unfortunately. And I am going to be going through these and popping them in the binder and pulling what I need. So, I think that'll do it. I hope you guys had a good one, and don't worry. The good old Leomon lives again. So, for the time being, thank you for coming out. Hope you have a good one. And if you got any thoughts or anything,